Hello again guys, and welcome to part 3 of my Unreal Engine 4 tutorial, taking a look at creating a level up system within Unreal Engine 4 blueprints. Now if you've just joined us, I really do highly recommend you go back as far as part 1. You could start on part 2, it's fine there, but I recommend you go back and look at what you're going to be making so that you can get all of this set up. If you can read this and copy it, fantastic, go for it. If not, I recommend you just go back and watch that video. So now we've got that out of the way. What we're going to be covering in this tutorial now is taking a look at printing the information that we've got by doing our math over here and setting things up to the HUD for the player to see. So what we want to do is we want to go back out to our blueprints and find the first person HUD. Now if you remember from the first tutorial, I did mention casting to this. In fact, we did set up a cast to that, but we had nothing to call on the other side of it. So that's what we're going to set up here. So this is what the HUD will look like by default. And we can leave this on, we can leave those crosshairs there. However, coming off here, the first thing that we do want to do is add a sequence. So basically every frame the event received draw HUD is called. So every frame the HUD will update. And basically we want to do a couple of things when the HUD updates, not just this draw texture here. So what we want to do then is we want to head on down. In fact, we could even call it off the other side of it, but we'll leave it as a sequence. So we're going to come on down to a gate. And that's entering the gate, and what we want to do from the exit of the gate is to draw text. Nope, that's the wrong draw text. Be careful, there are two draw texts. You don't want the painting one, you want the one that's under HUD. I made that mistake there. You want the draw text from HUD. Just keep that in mind, make sure you get the right one. It'll look something like this. Now what we want to do is we want to set up a custom event, not a comment. That's the wrong thing, so right click and custom event, and this one is going to be draw level information. Okay, now we want to add an input to this. Now inputs allow us to, when we call this event, pass something through the network and call it out at this other side. And the thing that we want to add is not a boolean but rather a string. Now we're going to assemble the string before we pass it through to the HUD. It's just much simpler that way. So we're going to call this level oops, sorry, I cannot type today. Information string. Fantastic. So when this is called, it's going to go to open. We can leave it. We don't want to start closed. We'll leave it open there. So basically, every time we update it, we're just going to update the information that's passed through. And the level information string you can hook straight on up to your text over here. Now for the screen XY, you're going to want to play around with this. This is the dead center of the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it off to the side a bit. So I'm going to take the size of Y and I'm going to divide it by 3, or as I divided it by 2, and that's going to be my screen Y. So we're going to convert it there, and then off X, let's bring it down again, and similarly we're going to divide this one by 3, and this will become my X here. So that's how we set up the screen X and the screen Y. Text color, yeah, this one. Let's go blue then. And we'll leave this. We'll scale it up a bit just in case you can't see this or whatever. So hopefully it's a bit bigger. It's going to look blurry. You can do fonts. If you look at my HUD tutorial, I've covered how to use fonts. We're just going to leave it as that. Text color. Let's get that nice blue back there. Sorry about that. So we're going to leave that there. So that's basically all we need to set up now within the HUD blueprint itself. If we hop on back over to the first person character, I'm rushing through this today. If we hop on over back to the first person character now, we can take a look at what we need to be doing. So when we've let me find where we are here. We've done that. So when we want, now we want, let me get my words straight. Sorry about that. What we want to do off the draw HUD is call the custom event that we've just created. So if you jump back here, you can see that it's called draw level information. Now be sure to compile this, otherwise you won't be able to see it within the first person character. So draw level information. So off here, we're going to call draw level information, and you can see that our custom function is there. And you can see that we also have the string here now that we're going to pass through and actually print to the HUD. So what we want to do is we want to build a string. So we're going to go over here and build string. And we're going to use integers because we're using integers all over the place. That's what we're going to use. So the prefix, what do we want to say? So let's say current XP, and then so what is the current XP? Well, we're going to grab the current XP. We'll get a fresh one just to make it nice and tidy. But we're going to get the current XP, and And this is going to be called every frame, by the way, but we'll jump into that in a second. So we're going to get the current XP, and the suffix is, so at the end of the conversation string there, as it kindly prompted me. So we've got get current XP 100, and then we'll have a space, a slash, and a space. Now, great. Okay, so now what we've got is we've got the current XP out of. Now we want the rest of the XP. So this return value, we're going to build a string again with integer, and leave this as the append to. So basically, it's got this bit. So imagine you're writing a sentence. This is 3 words in a sentence. Current XP 100 slash, and now you're writing the next part of the sentence straight after it, and you're going to bolt it on. So you've got current XP 100 slash. We don't need a prefix because we've already got the slash there in the suffix. And the new integer is going to be the XP to next level. So XP out of XP to next level. And then a suffix here, we're going to have a couple of spaces, and then current level, and then the return value again, we're going to build another string with integer. So we've already got the prefix kind of pre-made there. I'm going to get the current level, and we're going to bang that in there. So that now gives us a nice long string that takes into account 3 pieces of information that we created earlier in the previous tutorial with the variables. And it kindly labels them up for us, and then this is going to print them to our screen. Now, if you remember in part 2, I actually asked you to create a sequence off the event tick, and I didn't use the second node, and that's where this comes in. I want the XP to be updated constantly, so I'm going to drag off this one here now, and bring this on over to where I cast my first person HUD. So I have damn it. Let me drag that back there. I have 2 executable inputs now going into this. So every time I shoot something, it's going to update, but also on every frame, it's going to update as well. So if for whatever reason, let's say I run over an orb that gives me 20 XP, if I didn't have that coming down from the event tick, it wouldn't update until I actually shot something. It would update, but it wouldn't update on my screen. So by calling it every event, if I run over an orb that gives XP as opposed to killing something that gives XP, this way I can draw the information to the HUD, and the player knows exactly what's going on. So we've called that there. That's all that we need to do from that section. Now we do need to call, we can make another bit of text within the first person HUD here. So what we're going to do is go on down, and we're going to make another custom event. Excuse me, my voice is starting to go now. This one's going to be level up text. So when you level up in an MMO, you're that big flashy come on your screen like, hey, congratulations, you're now level 70, you have no life. So that's essentially what we're making here. So with the level up text, we're going to go into a gate again. Now the level up text custom event needs a boolean on this, and this boolean is going to open and close the gate. So boolean is going to be gate state, and the gate state is going to be hooked up to it. Before we hit enter, my bad, doesn't even need to go to enter. Before we hit that, we need to hit a branch, and the branch is going to go true false. True will be open, false will be closed, and our enter is going to come from another step on that sequence down there. So if we have just leveled up, we're going to set it to true. Back in the character blueprint in a moment, we're going to set it to true. We're going to open the gate, and you can open the gates and flash on this fantastic draw text on your screen, and congratulations, you're now level 90, 100 or whatever, and set all that up. So what do we want to draw to the screen? We want to draw level up. Congratulations. We'll have this in red, and we will make it size 5. It's going to look awful, but you can see it, and it's there in the middle of the screen, so great. Now, screen X and Y, I'm going to put this dead in the center of the screen, so I'm going to pinch a node off here. With the screen Y, I'm going to pinch the screen X from here too, and put that in there, plug those nodes in, and we can compile that. And back in the first person character now, we did create a custom event there called level up that we didn't actually touch in the first tutorial. So we're going to go into that now and have a look. So what we want to do is we want to cast, oh dear, just a moment there, we've got an autosave going on. Sorry about that. We're going to cast to the first person HUD, and as with before in the first tutorial, we need to get the player controller, we need to get its HUD, and then we need to hook that up to our object here. Now out of that, we're going to call level up text. So we're going to, hooray, level up, congratulations. So we're going to set the gate state there to true, so it's going to open it. Then what we want is a retriggerable delay, and I'll explain why we're going for a retriggerable one in a minute. Retriggerable, it's a funny word. Anyway, we're going to call that again, and we're going to set the gate state to closed. Hook that up to there. And when you level up, we also need to, wait a minute, I've already done that level up bit there. Don't actually need to do that. Have I appear to have set the level up to the tick, which is correct. Sorry, I've just got my other project open on the other screen, and I'm kind of using that as a bit of a reference there. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't do in the level up, is we didn't actually add anything to the character's level. So when we call level up, what do we want to do? Well, obviously we want to set the character's level, and the reason for doing this, we need to do this first inside the level up event, and I'll explain why. The reason we set the character level first here is because later on, so let's say you're following this branch, yep, it's time to level up. First thing it's going to do is jump out of this line and up to here, and then run this. And now we need to set the character level here to 2 or 3 or whatever the new character level is, because after this is completed, it's then going to start doing the math, and we need the current level. We need the current level to be the correct one and not the previous one. So we're going to set the current level first. I'm going to current level here, set that. We're going to set that to current level plus 1. So let's say you're level 5, you're going to go up to level 6. Let's say you're level 6, you're going to go up to level 7, and so on. So that's that bit set up. It's getting pretty messy there, but if you've followed the video along and done it step by step, keep pausing me if you need to, then you should hopefully have this all in hand. If you want to watch it once and go back and do it again, that's fine. Go for that. So the retriggerable delay, let's explain that. So let's say, for example, between level 1 and 2, level 1 is 100 XP and level 2 is 200 XP. If I kill a mob, it's going to flash up on my screen real quick saying level up, and after 2 seconds it's going to disappear. Now if I kill another 2 mobs before that disappears, that text won't reappear to say level up again, because the delay hasn't allowed another thing to go through it, another execution order to go through it. Now the retriggerable delay, we can keep that on the screen for a total of for maximum of 4 seconds if the player killed those 2 mobs in there. So that's why we're using a retriggerable delay there. A retriggerable delay is essentially 2 seconds to, so let's say this comes in, it'll take 2 seconds and then it'll call this, but if you call it, it'll reset that timer back to 2 seconds. So I'll show you all that in action in a moment. So hopefully now what I'm going to do is compile this, and hopefully we can see there that our current XP is 0 out of 100 and our current level is 1. When we shoot this, that really broke it. Look at that number. Something tells me that we're never going to reach that. Current level is 101. Okay, so I've broken something. No worries. It sets the current XP back to 0 and the XP to next level, it sets that. I am very curious actually as to how that's come about. That really shouldn't have happened. Rather embarrassing, but never mind, that's part of coding, isn't it? You make mistakes and we learn from them and we move on. So let's just jump back and take a look at what might have actually gone wrong there. I'm going to take away this negative 60. I'm not going to use the Borderlands one, I'm going to use the one that actually worked for me. Maybe Borderlands did something different, but hey ho, all we can do is compile that, give it another shot. Nope, that still just juts us up to 101. So what's going on here? The current level is set to 1, XP to next level is set to 100, and the current XP is 0. I wonder if I have mixed up current XP and current level somewhere along the line. So when we hit the enemy, we're setting its current XP there. That's just string stuff, so that's not important. It's when level up is called, I believe. I believe so. Anyway, let's set this to 50. So this is all part of the debugging process here. So going through your code, trying to change little bits and see what fixes what. So it's not on hit, it's on level up. So we can change that back to. Now, by that little change there, I know that it's not when the hit action is called, but rather when this level up function is called. So if it's above or equal to it, we're going to call level up first, and level up will set the current level, level up, put that big stuff on the screen. That's not really an issue, and then it sets the current XP to 0 and the XP to next level. I have a feeling that it's something down here. However, I'm not too sure what. Current level plus 1, so that'd be 2. 2 to the power of 2.8. I'm not too sure what that is, but that comes out at 6 times 50. it seems to be leveling me up a lot, like spamming it really quickly. So what I might do, what I'm going to do here is add a another branch, and we're going to add another variable. So I'm just kind of thinking here as I'm making this video. So we're going to add a branch and a variable. This one's going to be called leveled. So it can only, so when leveled is false. Oops, when leveled is false, you may do this. And leveled will be false to start with, because it's set there to false. So what we're going to do immediately after you've called it, we're going to set leveled to true. This denies any further tick events coming into the code there, so they can't get in now. Set leveled to true, and then basically at the end of the entire sequence, we're going to set leveled to false again, so that we're ready for the next level up. Okay, so let's give that a shot. Please work. Current level is 1, wait a minute, and it should... Nope. No, it doesn't even level at all. My, that is rather embarrassing. I've set leveled to true there, and I've set it back to false at the end. Which makes me wonder if this is actually ever being called, so we're going to toggle a breakpoint on this. And hit play. And it's never actually even reaching that stage. Why? Most likely because this cast is failing. Does it display the level up text when we... No. Now can I, sorry, just alt tab a second there and move this onto my second screen so I can kind of see the workflow of what's going on when I shoot there. Right, let's just restart that. Shoot this thing. Okay, so I'm going to revert. Oh, wrong window. Sorry about that. This is really all falling back on me. I have this rather ambitious project that's kind of crumbled and shot myself in the foot here trying to do something a little overly complicated. I had hoped splitting the videos up would help alleviate the chances of this happening, but there you go. It still happens. Guess just try and awkwardly laugh about it and move on. So we're calling the level up function. We're setting the current XP to 0. We're setting the next XP. The level up function prints the text. Does it? Level up function. First of all, prints to the HUD and does the text, and then later on sets that. Current level to 1 + 1. Oh, that's... Oh, look. There we go. Found it. Found the issue. You may have probably already spotted that and been like screaming at the monitor, Joel, no! You've set current XP there. So my current level is not going to be 100 + 1. It's going to be 1 + 1. Get level. So all of that was because I made a fucking stupid mistake naming my integers too close to each other and rushing through a video. Made a fool of myself there. So I'm going to compile that up. Hit play, and hopefully we have 0 XP. Oh, we set that stupid breakpoint. We can remove that now. Stop this. Remove that. We don't need that leveled anymore. Give this another run. And hooray, we're level 2. Now if we shoot this thing, we're level 3. Keep shooting it. And we're level 4. And you see how the XP required actually goes up. Exponentially. That's to do with the power of there that was using Borderlands system. Now you can obviously tweak that so it takes less mouse clicks. Click lots, killing lots and lots of mobs here to level up. Last one, and hooray, we are level 6 now. So that leveling system may seem a little bit steep to you, so you can always come in here and tweak this. So let's say you want to do it to the power or change it times by 30, for example. So let's compile it again. You can hop back into your map. And it takes less points to level up. Now you notice we level up a lot quicker than we did before. So you can tweak around with that and get that to suit the kind of game that you want there. Now we're coming up on 20 minutes on this video, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Now this is all I'm going to do today for this tutorial. However, at a future date I will be adding an XP bar that you can put across the bottom of the screen. So instead of seeing current XP in words, we'll have a little rectangular bar that slowly fills up as we gain more XP. I'll also add another tutorial later on that changes how enemies are going to interact with the XP. So if I kill a bigger cube, I'll get 500 XP. If I kill a smaller cube, I'll get 20 XP. That kind of thing. So apologies, sorry about that. Apologies first of all for the bit of a mix-up there. Spent a bit too much time trying to fix that. However, we got it fixed in the end. Lesson learned. Make sure you read what integers you're hooking into your math there. And do stay tuned, do stay subscribed to the channel for when future videos release on this topic, and I hope you guys can have fun and get out there with this information and make some fantastic RPGs, or whatever you need a leveling system for. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.